Ladies and gentlemen, this heavyweight bare knuckle contest is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds inside the mighty Trigon, and it's brought to you by Seneca. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Mr. Bobby Wambacher. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. He weighed at 227 pounds. He comes to us with a perfect, undefeated bare knuckle record of 5 victories versus no defeats. And he fights out of Blackpool, England. Here is Richie, the Viking Leak. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 240.9 pounds. He comes to us with a bare knuckle record of 5 victories versus no defeats. And he fights out of Long Island, New York, USA. Here is the Blood Axe, Eric Olsen.
Heavyweight matchup scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds, and let me get it right, because Eric said I am a Gemini, so it's 38 different personalities, just for the record. That's at least what he claims. This will be a fight. The Viking 5-0, 5 wins in bare knuckle for Eric Olsen. Here we go. Eric Olsen's got the black trunks. He's got the American colors, the stars and stripes on the front. The Viking has a lot of sponsorship with the black and gold trunks.
And you know, that's
Bobby Wambacher, our referee.
That's the beauty of BYB, and we're bringing street fighting right there in front of your TV screen.
Yes, but skilled street fighting, and a version of it, Benny, that continues to evolve.
And these guys really are adept at that kind of thing. You know what I mean? They have the little nuances on the inside. You're gonna notice little slips and slides, little finding the crevices. Again, you see a little slip and slide there by Olsen trying to come back with a counter hook.
But we were talking to Eric the other day, and he's telling us about his, Valet Tudo no rules fight he had recently, and describing that his opponent missed an eye gout, so I was like, whoa, all right. He knows he's not supposed to do that tonight, but he does have very entertaining stories, to say the least.
And yet, just his whole outlook on life is amazing. But it's amazing. We started talking football, and boy, he just opened up about his love for football, and then all the players, Aaron Rodgers, the whole bit.
Oh, please, my son, it's like Aaron. No, don't do it, Benny. I love you, Cole, but I still got Joe Burrow, kid.
Oh no, without a doubt.
I know, I'm kidding.
His opinion, not mine.
Trust me, I've heard Aaron Rodgers many times. Of course, Benny, my son said Zach Wilson was the next coming too, so we'll see.
There you go.
Right now, it's the Viking and Blood Axe, round number 1. And I agree with the corner. That was a lovely jab that just landed.
I'll tell you what, though, not a lot of landing clean. Both guys are really adept defensively, because not like they're running from one another, and they are looking to engage, but both guys have been defensively very responsible so far. Good positioning.
Well, they know each other very well, so this is no mystery right here when they're here. They know what each other does.
Under a minute, round number 1. In tight again. Muay Thai experience as a teenager for Richie Leak. A brown belt in Shotokan Karate. He earned that belt as a teenager. BYB debut, but 5-0 in bare knuckle.
When you look at Eric Olsen, I mean, that's one of the few times he uses that jab. I mean, he's looking to counter. And he's looking to counter inside, right there.
A little right hand with a slide of the elbow as well for Olsen.
No, no way.
All right, whatever you can get away with.
You got that right. Greatest influences? Nothing. I influence myself.
Of course.
Of course.
Why am I not shocked?
Right? Final seconds of round number 1.
Getting a little touchy on the inside between these two, though. Let's see.
Hey, Eric told me, and all of us, that this guy hasn't bothered him. He gets into trash talk when people get into his face, and he's happy to do so. But he said, there's no bad blood going into this one.
Yeah. So you can't create it. You can't manufacture it.
Yes.
It's got to be natural.
So I'm cool with Richie, not going to make any drama. And I do training gloves and I get my hands massaged. And he's fighting on a broken left leg.
Yeah, a fibula of all things.
Eric's youngest just turned 1 year old. Set for round number 2 of this heavyweight contest. Eric Olsen with the stars and stripes on the front of his trunks. Richie Leak with the black and gold trim. Very even round number 1. No one really taking control of this fight yet.
And you know, Eric also made the one distinction about it. He says, I am the first American to fight bare knuckle since John L. Sullivan back to those days.
Nice jabs, Bill Olsen.
And by the way, don't anyone complain about the heat. And it's not very hot tonight because it's late. But the great John L. Sullivan went about 2.5 hours and 104 degrees when he made history. Of course, Scott Burt, the Bare Knuckle Hall of Fame, shared that with me. So he said, don't let anybody talk about the heat tonight. Because the guy who set the stage, he fought. It wasn't in the desert, but it felt like it.
Wow. Stop! What was that, 75 rounds?
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
What was it, Mississippi?
Yeah.
Probably humid, too. Yeah, beautiful. Must have felt great.
I think in the middle of the winter, it's humid in Mississippi.
Couple of good jabs there by Olsen. Olsen's trying to start establishing the jab. One thing Olsen does, though, he dips a little bit into his right all the time. It's something that Leak could take advantage of if maybe he fakes first and makes Olsen make the initial dip, and then he can try to make him pay for it, because once he commits and Olsen dips to his right, Leak ends up on top of him, and he's not able to create any space.
Boy, when he got close that time, you look at the eyes of Eric Olsen, they're almost like rolled back.
Yeah. He said, I will look right through your soul.
Watch that jab of Olsen. Olsen's had a couple of good jabs this round. Nice jab there by Leak himself, though.
Leak coming in.
Oh, good right hand there by Leak.
Good right hand by Leak, but he ate a left in the process, Paulie.
Stop, guys. Right.
Little exchanges here by these two.
Yes.
Fight.
When you look at the face, though, it is the Viking who's really cut up right now.
Yeah.
And I think that was some of those jabs there early on by Olsen. Good head movement by Olsen.
With the hands down like that, you can. There's a ton of experience for both guys, but you can see the confidence in Eric Olsen. And tonight, he wants to put some skills on display.
Yeah, and neither guy burns a lot of energy. You know, you can tell they both have a lot of experience. Oh, nice little fake with the right hand there by Olsen. You saw that little stutter step coming over the top. He didn't have a whole lot of weight on the right hand, but a nice little fake to set up that shot. Nice scoring shot.
That was a great move, though. I mean, that was a little
nice little stutter step.
Boom, that right hand.
Hands up, Eric.
Oh, top of the head there.
11 of the 12 bare knuckle fights for Eric Olsen have been in BKB. The other was the cross promotion that we had at the O2. He's only been finished once, excluding DQs, which there's been more than one.
And you know, it's interesting when we're talking to Eric, he was talking about if this would have been a street fight, he would have used his head a lot more.
Exactly. Round 2.
The only thing Eric hasn't done maybe is weapon.
I think I use that one there.
Yeah.
Use your head. Oh, sorry, elbow rake in there by Eric. Yeah, I tell you, little subtle things, he sneaks him in there. There's a good right hand there by Leak as well. And the same shot from a different angle. Right hand by Leak. Now there's that stutter step, little right hand over the top. See, again, he made like he's dipping. He made like he's dipping. There's a little fake there, too, because he made like he's dipping to cock a left hook. But instead, he threw the right hand and he rolled with it.
Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Stadium. The tournament is a big one on the schedule. It's every year in February. Medvedev won the tournament this year. Roger Federer won 8 times here, including his 100th tournament victory They built a statue of him. The statue would not be as big, though, as the Viking if he gets a statue someday.
Stop, guys, stop!
Venus Williams with 3 wins. Andre Agassi, Boris Becker, Roger Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, Andy Murray. They've all played some high-level tennis here. And we are just thrilled to be in this stadium, in this venue tonight in Dubai. The first ever to bring bare knuckle to the UAE. Pace slowing a bit here in round 3. The corner of Olsen saying, let's go to the body.
Well, you know, this is when Olsen does best, is when he closes that gap. He knows how to create punching angles.
Yes.
Yeah, and he did that too there, Benny, a little short right hand. And again, if you look at him closely, sometimes he rakes the elbow, come across as well with the elbow. Little subtle veteran tricks. You can tell he's been in a couple of fights or two, you know?
Yes, and in our pre-show, we talked about Eric Olsen, Long Island.
Stop!
Great wrestling on Long Island. He trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with Matt Serra, with Rodrigo Gracie. So that dirty boxing is a place that, in addition to his other fights, he's comfortable with.
A little short left hook there by Olsen. He's starting to slowly take the advantage in this fight. Leak is going to have to make some adjustments here, or just in general raise his intensity, because Olsen is starting to create a little bit of a gap between these two.
Leak, the BFBA Europe champion, BFBA World champion. No trash talk, respectful, soft-spoken, which is why Eric said, we're just going to fight. Don't need to talk. Let's just throw fists.
Look at him. Look at his eyes. Move that right hand now.
You know, when Olsen throws that jab, he's got a good jab.
Yeah, he does.
Stop, guys.
Leak is starting to,
Stop.
I don't know, his body language is starting to look like he doesn't want to be a part of this anymore more and more. You know, I'm not saying he's going to quit, but he doesn't look so enthusiastic to be in this fight. And it's been Olsen mainly being first. A little short left hook there by Leak. But for the most part, it's been Olsen looking to create and be first and take the initiative in this fight.
There's that dirty boxing, that inside work.
Stop, guys. Let's break. Fight.
Olsen is really good in that short distance.
Nice jab there by Leak.
He just looked over at us and gave us a big
Well,
smile.
that's because he heard you say the dirty box.
There you go. He's like, yeah, Goldie, you're right. I am good there.
Stop, guys, stop. Let's work. Fight.
Again, every time off that break, Leak looks like he just, I don't know, he walks away just not, with not such a confident demeanor. A little right hands there by Olsen. Little elbow, never hurt anybody either. There
Stop.
it is again.
Step back.
Olsen throws a sink at you, even the
Yeah.
inside.
The last fight for Richie Leak was last December at the O2 against Jody Meikle, who we had on our BYB card. I think the skill level of Eric Olsen has taken Richie Leak, much to what Paulie's talked about, and you, Benny, taking him out of his game.
Exactly. And the thing that's impressive about Eric Olsen, when he gets close, you think there's no way to be able to land any kind of shot. Somehow he's able to go ahead and find it. It's almost like he gets underneath the arm and comes over the top. I marvel at his ability to do that.
I'll tell you what, he also creates space by using those forearms and elbows as well, you know? Sometimes he puts you get an elbow in your face, you're going to back off, and all of a sudden there's space for a punch.
His ultimate goals, crush people all over the earth. By the way, I've been doing that for years now, alone. As the fight continues, but Eric Olsen, very composed, showcasing the skills that he truly has as a competitor and, of course, as a bare knuckle boxer here against Richie Leak in this heavyweight matchup.
Thank you. Let's go. You jumping ready? Fight.
Eric wants some cheers.
They got a towel on him.
Yeah,
They forgot the
they haven't thrown in the towel. Now they've thrown it out.
Look at that. Leak to find a way to throw it out. That's great.
But hey, there it is again, guys.
That's a
Inside
well-prepared
dirty poke.
fighter.
Yeah.
He's got the towel ready to throw it at any time.
Stop, guys, stop.
You knew to throw
Separate.
it back out. You see when he's going back to the ropes,
Step
he's
back.
going right back out of the ring.
Fight.
BYB, we did our first international event October of last year in London. 5 months later,
Oh, a little short.
we are here in Dubai. 3 months from now, we're back in London.
Stop.
Again, a little short right hands there, creating that space like you said, Benny. And you can see the damage on the left side of the lip of
Yeah, it's hanging there.
It would look even worse if he didn't have that very cool beard.
yeah, well, it's coloring the beard is what it's doing.
He's gonna drink a beer by opening up his mouth completely.
Guys, we gotta quit holding. Okay? Quit holding. Fight.
See what I mean? What you're talking about, Paul? The way he backs up.
Yeah, he just doesn't look confident. He doesn't look like he wants. Also, like he doesn't want to be there. Like, I'm not saying he's quitting, but again, you can tell a lot by a guy's body language when he's in there.
And Eric, body, head.
Okay, but watch right there, Mike. It looks like there's nothing there. Somehow, Eric finds clearance to be able to throw and land that.
But I'll tell you what, Benny, it's also Eric's the only one looking for the way to open things up. On the inside, Leak is looking to rest. Eric is looking to fight on the inside. You know, so Eric is looking to create the openings.
Stop, guys.
And creating and laying the shots. Leak gets on the inside. It's almost like he's looking to rest. He's not. Really, he doesn't look. He's not thinking when he's on the inside.
Oh, nice counter, double jab, right hand, and over the top again.
Jab of Olsen has been backed up.
Step back.
Leak into positions where more and more damage.
Yeah. And it's a slip and rip 101, guys.
Let's go. Jab.
Duck and roll and over the top.
On the body, Eric. Just one.
I tell you what, I've been buildings in L.A. that have moved around like that, kind of wobbly. That's what Richie looks like right now.
Eric.
Look at him. Look at that.
And Olsen.
He goes right back to ropes.
Yep.
I mean, Benny, you mentioned at the top of the show it's not good to go over the ropes with the Trigon. I mean, Lee goes right back to the ropes on the break. I mean, they break him and he walks right back to the ropes. Look, he's going to go again. Watch, he's going to
fight.
Now,
he backs himself right to the ropes.
This is Richie's first fight in the Trigon. Still, much to your point, not a good place to be, but
nice
you don't try, you're gone.
Nice stand by.
Olsen, man.
Olsen's jab now is starting to get a good timing on it as well.
As one man once said, his precision is precise here tonight.
Stop, guys.
And his
Everybody
precision
made
is
fun of me.
brutal.
Yeah,
Guy said that.
Smart guy said that. Everybody made fun of me. Now the more I say it, Paulie, I think it sounds kind of cool.
I'll tell you what. This precision is precise for sure on the part of Olsen. If you look at the face of Leak,
It's leaking.
Stop.
Headed to the fifth and final round. Eric Olsen isn't even breathing deeply or heavily at all.
And that's the thing. He's so relaxed. He knows he's got so much fight experience as Olsen that he doesn't waste any kind of energy. He uses the energy when it needs to, and when he doesn't need to, he's nice and relaxed. He doesn't even waste energy to keep his hands up. He's so confident at this point. There's some of that action from that round. A double jab, backs Leak into the ropes, and then puts him in position to take those right hands. Again, it's the jab of Olsen. It puts Leak into position. Watch. See, it raises him up, and then he puts him in a position to have to take that right hand. See how the reactions off the jab. The jab is not just for landing punches and not just defensively. There you see, by landing that jab, Leak, by trying to get away from it, gave Olsen other openings that Olsen can take advantage of.
Look at that. He's not even raising his hands.
Seconds out.
Almost
Let's
like
go.
target practice.
He's
I don't want to have to
completely
tell
relaxed.
you again.
Fifth and final round.
I'm back with a warning.
Continue. Okay. Gentlemen, ready? Yes, sir. Fight.
3 minutes remain. Tonight, the first fight for Eric Olsen under contract with us here at BYB Extreme.
What is keeping Richie Leak up? I have no idea.
Stop,
You
guys,
talk
stop.
about a tough guy.
Yeah.
Guts on display right there.
Throw it. Throw it. If you want to win the fight, you're going to throw that jab.
And there it is.
Stay there.
See the corner of Olsen saying, if you want to end this fight.
Okay, stop. Stop.
Well, I'd say he's thrown that jab with
Fight.
pretty high level of effectiveness tonight. And it's going to come again right now, guys.
Mike, what time is it right now?
It's game time.
Yeah, but you know this is the time that Eric Olsen's used to fighting.
Yes, that's true.
Hard right hand.
That's true.
Couple of showers, couple of blood showers given ringside.
Back.
Yeah.
Fight.
All over Scott Burt's orange suit.
Stay there, Eric. Don't move.
Eric's so comfortable, impressive performance, and he's busted up Richie Leak.
You know, this is going to set up Eric Olsen for a title fight here.
I'm telling you,
Back.
when Eric
You
Olsen
need to quit holding.
stays composed and fights like this, he shows you what he can bring to the Trigon.
Well, can you imagine DJ Linderman against Eric?
Let's do it. And maybe Eric will want to do it in the UK just to make them mad at him again. I don't know if DJ wants that, but
I mean, the way Eric's fighting, I mean, he's not cut. He's pretty relaxed. He might be ready to go in June when we go to the UK.
he might be ready to go in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
And, you know, he loves to go to the, you know, he says, I love to go to my opponent's hometown.
Yes.
What am I talking about?
But then he's American.
Exactly.
By the time June comes around, he's probably going to have 3-4 underground fights before that anyway.
He might have one tomorrow.
At this time.
Yeah. He said, I'm just going to say, I hate British people. They hate me more. Being in England makes my depression even worse. So he moved to Scotland. And tonight he's putting on a great show.
Oh, good right hand, left followed by a straight jab. The old one too, but it was a 2-1.
Stop it.
Off the feint as well. Good
Yeah,
setup.
but Richie tried to bring his hands up, and he couldn't even bring them high enough to block that off.
Because he's staying up too high on the ropes. You don't want to stay up high on the ropes like that. And when you get on the ropes, you got to keep making yourself a smaller target.
And the height advantage, it seems, for Richie Leak has been a big disadvantage because he's not found a home punching down at Olsen.
But I'll tell you, Leak has to start getting down low when he's on the ropes. I know his height is an advantage, but not at that close range.
Right.
It becomes a disadvantage. When he runs out of room, he's got to make himself a smaller target. And by raising his head up, it's allowed Olsen to land some good shots. There are a couple
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm not so sure the word humanitarian is an adjective that should be associated with Eric Olsen. But definitely, he's been a humanitarian because he could have done some serious damage.
Well, he's torn into some humans. So tonight, Eric Olsen gains and earns impressively his first win inside the Trigon, a dominant performance against Richie Leak.
That's a rough flight home, man, when you tomorrow for Leak. I used to always wonder if I had bad cuts or bad swelling the next day, how people would take it on the airplane. That's all I wonder about Leak tomorrow on the airplane. When they see a big guy like this and with all the swelling and cuts.
I'm a fat person that can punch.
Well, they
If
do
you
that.
talking any type
that
of smack,
face recognition.
and I catch you anywhere, I'm gonna bang you up like that in Walmart, Kmart, Tesco, shopping save. Could just be a parking lot. If you're online bumping your gums with your thumbs, and I catch you, that's happening to you. Where's this one, Tate? Some banging heads off the cement.
Also,
Eric, we have nothing bad to say about you, just for the record.
Olsen has
NFL is real football. American football. Any sport that a 5-year-old plays ain't a sport.
Oh, and you wonder why the people in England don't like him and he doesn't like them either.
But I tell you what, I think he just won Americans' heart.
Yeah, came out Walmart, down the street, Brick Mart.
I met these guys 2 days ago. Eric.
He was drowning, but he stayed in there. He had something on his face, I think. Ready?
He has something on his face. I'll cut.
Richie. So give him respect too.
You gotta love a guy who does it. You gotta love a guy who does his post-fight interview, like brilliantly, right in front of us.
Yeah.
Fight, guys.
Mo can't have any questions left.
But I don't think our general, Swagler, would be happy with a guy not following cues from him. You know that?
It's been one of those nights to make it official, Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for the official decision. Judges Danenashad and Don see it 50-45, while Judge Tano sees it 49-46. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Eric Bloodaxe Olsen.
Dominant performance by Eric Olsen.